Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Grace to you and peace.
Namo Buddhaya. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to say thank you for attending the event. May all of you are in excellent condition and ready to face this event with great spirit.
Welcome back to GCFoW 2024 for all participants and also the steering committees. In today's sessions, we will have 2 lecture sessions with topics revolving the future of work and group discussions.
First of all, we would like to extend our welcome to the honorable speakers that will deliver the mini lecture sessions today. First is Dr. Herlina Jayadianti from the UPN Veteran Yogyakarta, Indonesia, and also Professor Dr. Yong Zulina Zubairi from Universiti Malaya, Malaysia. And I would also like to extend our welcome to the moderators today, Mr. Adre Zaif Rahman from Atmajaya Catholic University and Mr. Yongki Angkawijaya from Binus University. We extend our gratitude for attending and having us here today on GCFoW 2024 Day 2.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, after a little bit of chit-chat for warming up, we would like to, of course, welcome you all again to the second day of GCFoW 2024. I would like to also know that and hope that all of you are doing well and all of you are doing great, so that our today's sessions will also do excellently. And before we start, of course, we would like to also read out the rundown for day 2 of GCFoW 2024, which starts with number 1 is the opening. Number 2 is the mini lecture number 1, which is titled Exploring the Moral and Ethical Ramifications of AI by Dr. Herlina Jayadianti from UPN Veteran Yogyakarta. And then we have a Q&A session and a photo session as well. And then a fourth, which it's ice-breaking, which is another game, like we did yesterday. And then number 5 is mini lecture number 2, Navigate ASEAN's Cultural Mosaic with Communication Hacks, Speak Universally, Connect Locally, by Professor Dr. Yong Zulina Zubairi from Universiti Malaya. And then another Q&A and photo session. And then we'll do the group discussions and the documentation, also the closing.
Okay, but before we start the activity, we would like to remind all the participants to remind their Zoom username with the format group_name_country. For example, group2_Nico_Malaysia. So for those of you who haven't renamed your display name, just rename it right now.
Okay, so since all of you have changed the group names accordingly, the next agenda will be the delivery of the first mini lecture session by Dr. Herlina Jayadianti from UPN Veteran Yogyakarta, Indonesia, with the topic of exploring the moral and ethical ramifications of AI, moderated by our first moderator of the day, Mr. Adre Zaif Rahman from Atmajaya Catholic University, Indonesia. To Mr. Adre, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, MC, Devon, and also Nova, for the great opening for the day today of the GCFoW. My name is Adre. I'm from Atmajaya Catholic University of Indonesia. It's really nice to meet you all. And of course, my warmest greetings as well to the speaker, Dr. Herlina Jayadianti. Nice to meet you, Professor.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Andres Rahman.
Yeah.
From Atmajaya.
You can just call me Adre.
Andre, okay.
All right. So AI is a very, of course, it's a very useful tools. It's a very useful concept as well. But then the usage of AI right now is very broad. It's not just um, used in good things. It can be used on many kinds of things as well. And when it comes to the application of AI, of course, we need to see how we can actually use it for good, and also what's the rules, what's the ethics, what's the regulations, or if there's any regulations, or what is basically how we can use AI for the greater good and for the good of humanities. So here we are. We have our speaker, Dr. Herlina Jayadianti. Dr. Herlina, mostly working on her education in Yogyakarta, graduated from bachelor in UPN from UPN Veteran, and also Yogyakarta as well for the master program from Gajah Mada. While for the doctoral program, she's done a very interesting program where she's done it in 3 countries. First one is also in Yogyakarta, and then moving to Portugal at Universidade do Minho, Guimarães, and also moving again to University of Trento in Italy, with the research of adding synonyms to concepts in ontology to solve the problem of semantic heterogeneity. And I believe she's also been working for quite a long time at the UPN Veteran. She's now a senior lecturer at the Bachelor of Information Systems programs. So if there's anything that's related to AI, to technology, to computerization, of course, Dr. Herlina is the one to go and the expert on it. So hopefully she can share more about this topic, about the AI, about its ethics, and of course the ramifications, the impact, what can be done, what should be done, what should not be done. Okay, without further ado, I would like to give the floor to Dr. Herlina for her mini lecture. Dr. Herlina, the space is yours.
Thank you very much, Mas Andre, for a very opening sessions. But it's I'm not expert in AI, but I like to learn in AI. Yeah. We never stop learning, so never enough to learn about AI. Okay, before I start this lecture session, there are a lot of issue about people objection to the presence of AI. A lot of people objections about honesty, about hard work. It seems that it will disappear with the existence of AI. And then for the second slide, please. As an example, first I want to introduce what is AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence, no doubt about it. AI aims to simulate human intelligence, including abilities such as problem solving, learning, reasoning, and also decision making. But nowadays, we know that journal thesis made with ChatGPT and why a lot of data is leaked, why we lost our data, why there are so many data prediction error. These all inseparable from AI ethics. Okay, and then next. Okay, now we are in AI for the first beginning in 1943. There are the history of AI that we know that despite the popularity of AI technology advances, we must not forget that it is humans who are responsible for programming, for training AI to perform complex tasks like any other humans. We start from 1950. Alan Turing introduced the concept of Turing test, to determine whether machine could mimic like human behavior. And also the test ate the foundation of AI, start from 1950. And what is the AI future? Now we are in 2024. And what is the future of AI? The future of AI include the development of more ethical and trustworthy machines, and also deeper integration between human and machine. There is since times like I can say that before 1943, since time immemorial, humans have fantasized about machine that can think, behave like them. People fantasize about machine that can think and behave like human. From the Greek mythology of the Thebes living in a bronze state, the story of Golem, the Jewish culture, the historical concept of AI has before exist of human long before technology made. So next, I am increasingly realizing how often we interact with AI. I talk about Netflix suggestions to where to book travel online from Google. AI brought convenience to our lives. Therefore, it come no surprise 90% company are looking to invest in AI. AI is not mysterious futuristic entity. At this core, it's just tools. Okay, we go to the next slide. Okay, it is important that we think about the ethical impact of its use. It would be better if we ensure that the use of technology is done in an ethically and also responsible manners. So what is AI ethics? Okay, we can go to the next slides because I want to talk about AI ethics because all in this Zoom already knows what is AI and the history of AI and also the timelines of AI, what is AI and the founder of AI. So I want to go to the next slides. What is AI ethics? I put this description from Google that ethics generally refers to a person's moral behavior. Ethics as a humans, if I have ethics, so it's referred to person moral behavior in conducting different life activities. In the same ways, ethics in AI refer to the activities of AI system and robots that they have an ethics, like conducting their behavior in their life activities. Because AI, robots, and humans today we are in the same positions. So if we have ethics, AI should have ethics too. AI-based software surround our lives. Example, Google search engine, Alexa, different recommendation on YouTube, Netflix, self-driving cars, etc. So we have a lot of questions about AI ethics. How do machines affect our behavior and interactions? In the terminology of inequality, some people ask, how do we disrupt the wealth created by machine? In the issue of unemployment, some people worried about their jobs. They will lose their jobs. And they say that what happened after the end of the jobs? And artificial also stupidity. Sometimes people say that AI is intelligence. They have an artificial brains. They did some mistake? Or sometimes we talk about bias. Okay, next I will talk about bias and securities. We go to the next slide. There are some issue in ethical considerations: fairness, reliability, transparency, privacy, inclusivity, accountability, oversights, and also well-being. But we have another issues that is more, I can say that is more important than this. It's bias and also the securities and transparency. Okay, I will explain in a in the next slides about the bias. Okay. All the aspects in AI, it's only three. I can say that it's only three big cycles. First is society, the second one is technology, and the last one is human values. Society, technology, and human values can, yeah, I can say this is an aspect because it's yeah, we talk about human and center machine learning, and machine learning, it's just only machine. We can go to the next slide. This is the core point of these slides. I want to talk 10 minutes probably in these slides, or 5. I don't know what time I have time in these slides, but I can say that bias. The first one that is very important when we talk about ethics of AI or ethics of artificial intelligence is bias. And what is bias? Okay, we can imagine that AI is only a machines or only robots or only tools. Who made knowledge to that machine? Human. Okay, without human, AI is nothing. AI is only machines. AI can show bias toward certain groups. Remember, because AI it's only machine. Even it's a very intelligent such as ChatGPT, it's only machine. Without human, it's nothing. This is due to the lack of good data representation of AI developments. Poorly trained AI is like to show bias. Okay, I will give one example of bias. To 2018, one well-known example in the case of Amazon. It's very viral in 2018 about the bias, AI bias in Amazon. At this time, Amazon was known to have developed an AI system to assist in the selection process of prospective employee. So Amazon in that year, 2018, used AI to assist the selection process of prospective employee. However, the system was later discontinued. It's kind of stopped to use in Amazon. Why? Because of the issue of gender, bias algorithm in gender. Why? Based on the report from Reuters in October 2018, the algorithm suspected to have automatically exclude female candidates because of the training model used in based solely on data of male candidates. So Amazon stopped the system because of the issue of gender. So when we are human, try to okay, I want to work in Amazon, and I try to I try to apply my position. As an example, I try to apply and I want to work in Amazon, and Amazon select the employee with the system, not with human resource department or human to humans. AIDS to AIDS or human to human, face to face. No. In 2018, Amazon tried to use AI to select it. Okay, it has selected the candidates, but Amazon forget that they have a data train. It's majority for male, not for female. So we are, as a female, rejected automatically because of the knowledge of AI have a bias. So we can say that as the result, the system tend to prioritize male candidates and inadvertently reinforce the gender gap that already exists in the technology industry. So therefore, it is important to ensure that the training data used in the development of AI includes sufficient representation of various groups so that the results produced are more fair and accurate. So we learned from the case of Amazon when they tried to select their employee use AI, and they forget that they have some mistake in accuracy, or the training data or the data trained in the not in the various groups. It's not balanced between the data female and male, and it's make issue of gender gap. And from that times, Amazon stopped their AI. And then next issue, in the block transparency, we can talk about data securities. Okay, in a transparency, can someone give me an examples about putting transparency and security first in all situations where we use artificial intelligence? Instagrams, or we put comments that is very important, or post some things, and AI will collect our data. If yeah, it's about also privacy. We can talk about privacy is important, like human bias. It's also one be aware about our personal data when we use AI. Unfortunately, not everyone realize how their personal data will be processed and what is the impact it will have on them. Nowadays, all our activities in the internet, like searching, purchasing, to comment in the social media, can be used to track our identities. Which in turn can be used to personalize the user experience. If you know filter bubble, sometimes we are not realize that we are in the filter bubble. In the presidential election, as an example, terrorism, when I try to search sometimes that I like, they AI or social media will give me more and more every days. They will protect or they will the content that I don't like, or I always keep the content. It's suddenly it's disappear from my social media. And what I liked more, it's come to my social media more, more and more. It's like bubble, filter bubble. So protecting user privacy and data security is paramount to ethical AI adoptions. Okay, I have one reminder, direct message that I have only 3 minutes more, 3 minutes left. Okay, and as a conclusions, Okay, I will go to the last slide. Can I go to the last slides? Yeah. Yeah. It is, yeah. So the conclusions, without AI ethics, it is feared that the potential of violence occurring due to the use of technology will increase. So in the human side or in the technology sides or developer sides, we need to think about ethics. Transparency, when I ask someone that I want to develop or build AI, I want to I need to explain to them that I will use their data. So transparency. So the user knows that the data, their data our actions.
Mhm. So from now on, guys, be careful on what you put in your social media. Yeah,
Yeah.
those can be used against you.
Yeah.
Okay. So should we move to the next question from Chantika? I think we still have time to answer these two questions. How do we stop unethical use of AI? What are the efforts to make, and should the government do something about it? What do you think, Dr. Herlina?
We have a Kominfo, right? In Indonesia, I don't know in Malaysia or Thailand, but here in Indonesia, as we know that Kominfo also have their they have monitorings monitoring everything in or post something that is Sarah or something else. Okay. Unethical of use of AI, it's also very general. So you can give me an examples. Uh, the government do something in the special case. Yeah. Nowadays, we have a teams. We work in terrorisms like bubble filter in terrorisms with friends from social politics departments, and also it's very dangerous to put or to join or to like or to comments in something that is goes to terrorism or something. So
Yeah, so there can be interference
yeah,
from the government is possible, and of course I think there will be filters as well from the companies,
yeah,
social medias and the others as well, on what is allowed and what is not allowed in terms of the usage of AI itself.
yeah. And we have Kominfo that is two thumbs
Mhm. Yes, thank you very much, the government.
Yeah.
And shall we move to the last question from Tricia? Hi, Dr. Herlina. I'm Tricia from Pan Pacific. The question is, many people say that AI will replace the jobs of humans in the future. Is there possibilities that AI can replace some human jobs? So this is actually why we're having this GCFoW, because we want to make sure that AI does not replace us fully. Okay, but this question for Dr. Herlina, what do you think, Dr. Herlina?
Human is always better than machines. Human is always better than machine, and uh, it's normal is if you think that AI can replace our jobs. Yeah, probably some jobs, kind of some jobs like operators that answer your phone, like chatbots, or answer your question that is always and always the same, repeating the questions, and they replace the jobs of humans, become a machine like chatbot. But not all jobs, okay, not all jobs, because nowadays even there are very very intelligent AI that we can find in a real life. There are always weak AI. We are not in the super AI. We are not yet in uh, a top of pyramids. If we can use a pyramid like this, we are in the lower AI or weak AI. We're still in this lower AI, because ChatGPT or Alexa or learning, when we talk about machine learning, learning. So never learning. So machine learning learn from human.
Okay, so at this point, we don't have to be worried that the scenes from the movies from Terminator will happen in real life, yeah, Dr. Herlina, yeah?
Yeah. But when we talk about chatbot or operators, yeah, and some jobs they yeah, replaced by AI.
Okay. MC, do we still have time for the last question here? MC?
Yeah, yes, it is fine for one last question.
Okay. So one last question, Dr. Herlina, from Zai from Indonesia. The question is, what do you think about the content creator who is using AI for the idea of their content? And second,
For me, the final results of painting in AI is not natural. Yeah, it's not like when the artists use their tools to make a paint in a canvas. So I think painting is from AI, or this painting is from the artist, the real artist. Shouldn't ban AI. Yeah, we shouldn't ban AI, but yeah, the presence of AI we use with honesty, and also we still keep our creativity and hard working.
okay, thank you very much, Dr. Helena. And with that, I want to quote one of the things that I saw in social media, one of the those positive things that I saw from social media. Make sure that you use AI to do your laundry and to make you food, so you have time to make the art instead of the other way around. Okay, so that's one of the things that we can do using ethical use of the AI. Thank you very much, Dr. Herlina, for the mini lecture, for the insightful mini lecture, and thank you very much, the participants, for the questions. Thank you very much. And with this, I return the session back to the MC. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the GCFoW.
You're welcome, and thank you very much, GCFoW, for this time for me, and thank you, Burukmo.
Back to you, MC.
Okay, once again, thank you so much for our first speaker, Dr. Herlina Jayadianti, and our moderator today, Mr. Adrezaif Rahman, for participating and for delivering our first mini lecture session today. It was very insightful and very great, very interesting. And before we end this session and move to the next agenda, I would like to encourage all participants to turn on their camera and give their best smiles for a photo session because we will take a picture. So for those of you who haven't turned on your camera, you can turn it on right now.
Okay, so everyone, I will be the one taking the picture. We have also 3 pages like last time. So everyone get ready. And I will be the one counting from 1 to 3. So 1 for page 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then for page 2. And 1, 2, 3. And then for the last page, also in 1, 2, 3. There we go. Thank you very much for joining the photo session. Now, before we proceed to the second mini lecture agenda, we invite all participants to participate in our may continue to enjoy and have comfortable experience. It's also to fire up your neurons again in order to begin the next session.
Okay, maybe next slide. And the first participant who shows the item and raise hand gets a point. So all the participants are required to turn on your camera because you have to show the items. I think it's gonna be fun. And I expect everyone to participate in this game because it will be fun, guys. Should we start with the first one? Let's go. Are you ready, Devon?
Well, I am quite ready. Since I'm not the one playing, so I will be the one helping you guys.
So first item, you guys have to find a family photo around your house.
Yes.
And then you
Find a
have
family
to
photo and then use the reaction of raise hand to be the one to first
Okay, Alexandria.
shoot. Oh, Alexandria Tanaya. Your background is scanning the face.
Oh my gosh.
Sayang Sani and then Nico as well. Look at those.
But Alexandria is the winner because she's the first one who raised her hand. Congratulations.
Even though the background is
Yeah.
disrupting the picture. Okay, I think we're going to move on to the next one. Now, find a pen with a company logo on it. Quickly, quickly. Any sponsorship pens, maybe. I don't want to say any brand names. With a company logo.
Wow. Nanda, what
Company.
company is it?
It's from Telkom University.
Oh,
Wow.
It's from Zubairi.
Okay, so congratulations,
a
Nanda.
lot of the answers. Congratulations, Nanda, for being the first one to grab a picture with a pen. A pen with a picture.
Maybe we should move on to the next one.
Yes, we should. Get ready your stuff. Maybe you need to run to pick up the next stuff. I don't know. Find something that you made yourself. Come on.
Wow.
Could be anything
Did
that
I
you made
want
yourself.
earrings?
Oh, Trisha. Ooh,
What's that, Trisha?
what's that, Trisha?
It's a painting.
It's a painting. Oh,
Wow. That's
cool.
amazing.
Good to you.
Then Nanda, what about yours? What is it?
It's like a macrame craft.
Oh,
Mm,
that's great.
that.
What
Very pretty as well. And
Alexandria?
then Alexandria, what did you make?
So I made an animation. Oh,
Wow.
Look at that. The next
I just
generation of
want
animators from Indonesia.
ah
You made that yourself.
yes, I did.
Excellent, excellent work.
You guys are so creative.
So creative, so talented.
Maybe the next one? We should move on to the next item.
Number 4. Find a DVD or Blu-ray. Is your house still has DVDs or Blu-rays? Or is it not in your house anymore? Come on. People who likes to collect old antique things. Alexandria, again.
It's quite
You have a
vintage.
lot of things in your house.
I found
Look at that.
a digital printing CD.
Oh,
Oh no, there we go. Ah,
what about you, Tavelia?
It's DVD from album Cherry Bell.
Cherry Bell. What a
It's
throwback.
still there.
What a throwback.
Quite vintage, right?
If you guys didn't know, Cherry Bell is a girl band from Indonesia.
Yes.
Oh, very old time.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations for the answer.
And maybe we should move on
Yes, the 5th one.
to number 5.
Find something that starts with the letter B.
B, book.
Come on, Alexandria. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. Group from Zayan. Zayan, what is that? Zayan?
This is my novel, titled Clara the Sun.
Is that you know? Do you mean you wrote that?
It's a book.
Did you write it?
No, it's one of my favorite books.
Get on you, get on you. And then
So-
Nanda, what do you have there?
A notebook.
A notebook. What's written on it?
The lecture. The lecture
Lecture.
before.
Good, good. You studied for this. And then Alexandria, what do you have there?
It's a Japanese dictionary.
Japanese.
Yeah,
Oh,
Japanese.
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 Ah, Yokudeku nana.
Genki desu.
Flexible. Okay. Okay, move on. Fafelia, what do you have there?
Brush.
Brush. Yeah, that's smart.
Brush. Good, good, good.
Starts with
So,
letter B.
innovation. And then Trisha as well. Is that bread?
It's banana.
Oh, it's a banana. I thought it was bread. It's so big.
Smart. What type of banana
Yes,
is that?
banana.
Good, good. We have very interesting things that is brought up for number 5 here.
Okay.
Good banana.
Good job, guys.
Good job. Good job.
Do you still
then
have
moving on.
another one?
Oh, we still have one.
Okay, the next one is
Number 6. What is it? Find something that makes a sound when shaken. Oh, Trisha again, the first one. Can you show us the thing and then shake it to the mic?
I didn't lower my hand, but I cannot find it.
Ah. Then we're moving on to Alexander. What is that? Is that just a bottle of water? A bottle of water.
Just a bottle of water.
yeah, it does make a sound.
A very small sound,
Okay.
mind you, but still a sound. And then Nanda as well, a bottle of new green tea.
was
It's a
about to say
bottle
one.
filled with rice.
A rice. Ah,
Yeah.
like to do music, Nanda.
Yeah.
What about
And then as well, Dia.
I have chips.
ah?
A
What
bag of
chips is
chips.
that?
A bag of
It's
crisps.
kripcha.
Kripcha. Okay. Good job,
Glass chips.
guys.
Not actual glass, but glass chips. Good on you. Good on you. We found some more interesting things around the delegates' houses. And then moving on to number 7, I think. Yes, we have number 7. Find something shiny or reflective. Shiny or reflective. Alexandria again.
Wow. Can you show us?
The back of the disc.
Oh, big to the DVD.
Very good. Very good. The back of the disc.
What about Kanya?
I have my bracelet here.
What's that?
Bracelet.
Oh, bracelet.
Bracelet. Ah.
Oh, yeah.
What is it made out of? Metal?
Yes. It's
Silver.
gold.
Ah. Reflective and shiny.
That's pretty. What about
And then
Dia?
from Dia?
This is an earring from my mother.
An earring. Very
Yes.
nice earring.
Jewelry.
Good on you.
Shiny.
Another. Yes.
What about Nanda?
It's so basic. It's a mini glass.
It's basic. It's not basic.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
mirror. Good on you.
I think it's the same with Trisha. Yeah.
Trisha, a mirror again. Good. Good. You guys like to do makeup, I see.
Baby, what is your
And then
shiny
fabric.
I'm also mirror.
Also a mirror. Good thing. Good thing you have a mirror next to you. Good. Make sure you look good. Make sure you look good every time in the meeting, in the event. Yeah.
I really appreciate
And
you
then
guys
moving on
being
to
active.
I really appreciate it.
Job.
And then moving on to number 8. Come on, I want all of the people who hasn't answered yet to answer. And then bring up this stuff as well. So number 8, please. Locate an item. Smaller than a coin.
Wow. What is smaller?
Smaller than a coin. Oh. Kanya, what do you have?
I have my pin here. It's called
Your
your
pin.
eyes. It's smaller than a
Good.
coin.
Good answer. Good answer.
I'm so
It is
about
smaller
that.
than a coin.
Yeah.
Good.
What about Febe? What do you have?
Stapler filling.
A staple filling. Ah, that's very small as well.
Yeah.
Good. Good answer.
Tiny.
And then Alexandria? Is that also a pen?
It's also a pin.
Ah, look at that.
It's to stick
Also
to
a pen.
poster.
Very
thing.
small. Very small. But in length, is it smaller than a coin? Something to think about. And then, yeah, what do you have?
I have a piece of dust.
A piece of dust. Now that's innovation.
Well,
Now
yeah,
that's what we're
that's
looking for
smaller
here.
than a coin.
Innovation. And then Trisha, what do you have there?
Earring. Small earrings.
An earring. Very small indeed. I almost couldn't see it. Good answer. Good answer.
Earrings.
Okay. Maybe we should move on to the next item. The 9th one.
Yes.
Find something blue that isn't clothing. Okay,
Is it
Kanya,
clothing?
what do you have?
I have my phone casing here. It's blue.
Oh,
It's
yes.
blue.
It's light
Very
blue.
light blue. Yes. That's it.
What
And
about
then
you,
Nanda, what
Nanda?
do you have there?
I have my sunscreen.
Ah, sunscreen bottle.
What brand is
Good.
that?
It's
Also good.
True Ave.
Oh, I see.
It's referencing brand names now.
Yeah, sorry.
No sponsorship. No sponsorship.
No sponsorship here.
And then Febe?
My pencil case. Wait, can you see it?
Your pencil case. Good. Good. I also have a blue pencil case. Good on you.
Good job. What about
And then
Zion?
Zion?
I have a minifan. That blue.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, good.
I have a
Good.
lap.
Keeps the air cool.
From the
And then Dia as
the
well.
green.
This is a pop-up book I made. It's blue.
A book you made.
Yeah, it's a pop-up book for
Really?
exam.
Ah.
Can you show
Oh, very
us?
cool. Look at that. Very big.
Wow. Amazing.
And then Alexandria. What is that? Looks very big. Is that your iron? Is that your iron?
Okay, Alexander.
My iron.
Very creative.
Your clothes iron. That is blue. That is
That
blue.
is
So
not
it's a valid,
clothing.
valid answer.
That's true.
And then finish Diego.
I have here a blue ribbon.
Blue ribbon.
Oh, blue ribbon.
Good answer. It's the first
Aw.
time I saw you answering a question. Good on you for taking
Good
the brave step of
job.
answering the question.
Okay, so maybe next one is gonna be the last one.
Yes, the last one, the number 10. Find something you can wear on your head. Possibly anything. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Venus Diego again.
I have
What do you have there?
elastic band for hair.
Oh,
Hairband.
to tie your hair.
Good answer. Good answer. That is what you wear on your head. On your head. And then Kanya, I see
Okay.
you're pointing to your headphones.
I have my headphones and also my hijab.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
answer. Double answer. The first double answer of the show.
Good.
Good on you.
Good answer.
Then
What
Dia
about
as
you?
well.
I also have a headphone.
Headphone is you can wear in your head. What about Tafelia?
I have a headphone, myself, and Philippines. Barbie Philippines.
Triple answer. Good. You're one-upping each other.
Barbie. Febe,
Then
what do you
Febe.
have?
I have a bandana. You should use it to push up your pants.
Ah,
Oh, when you do your skincare.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so cute. And
smart,
Trisha?
smart. Trisha?
It's a ponytail.
What is it?
Is it a hairband?
A ponytail.
Oh, that's interesting.
Most likely like that.
Ah,
Good
good
job.
answer. Good answer as well. And then Alexandra, I see you wearing a Pikachu hat.
Yes, I'm wearing a Pikachu hat.
Good. Good.
Good answer. And that's so cute. Yay.
I think that is all the questions that we have and the scavenger hunt today. Yes, that's it for today.
Thank you so much, guys. We
Thank
really
you so much
appreciate you
for
being
participants,
active.
for being very active, very funny, and also very innovative. Like a glimpse of dust that I remember. Very good answer. Thank you so much for the great excitement in the ice-breaking session. Hope to see you guys again in the next ice-breaking session, and it will be as fun as today. So next we move to another agenda, which is the mini lecture number 2. The next agenda will be the delivery of the second mini lecture session by Professor Dr. Yong Zulina Zubairi from Universiti Malaya, Malaysia, with the topic of Navigate ASEAN's Cultural Mosaic with Communication Hacks, Speak Universally, Connect Locally. Moderated by the second moderator, Mr. Yongki Angkawijaya from Binus University, Indonesia. To Mr. Yongki, the floor is yours.
Hello, good morning, and thank you, Kak Jayvon. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, students from Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all to today's event, where we delve into a fascinating and integrate the cultural landscape of ASEAN. We are truly honored to have a distinguished speaker with us, whose expertise in who's a renowned academician and a researcher of the University of Malaya, Professor Dr. Yong Zulina Zubairi. Selamat pagi, Dr. Yong Zulina. And Dr. Yong Zulina is a highly respected academic and researcher from University in Malaya. Currently, he serves as a vice chancellor, leading the University of Malaya in global strategy, partnership, and collaboration. And this a prolific in a statistic with a BSc in mathematics from University of Kansas, USA, and a PhD from the University of Bradford, UK. Her research spans medical and secular statistics, and she has numerous publications in this area. Today's topic navigates Asian cultural music with communication hacks, speak universally, connect locally is both timely and critical in our increasingly interconnected world. And Professor Dr. Yong Zulina will be sharing her insight on how to effectively communicate across cultures, leveraging universal principles while respecting and connecting with local nuances. Without further ado, please let us welcome Professor Dr. Yong Zulina Zubairi to the stage, and the stage is yours, Professor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yongki Angga. Okay, let me pronounce Angka Wijaya from Venus University. Right. I would like to rectify, because I am no longer in the registrar position. I'm just the typical academician. So that is my current position. Now, I've shared my slides, so I presume it will be handled from your end. Is that right? Is it Nova or who is doing it? Or can you handle it from your end? Because I've actually shared with, is it Devin who's going to help me with that? Okay, lovely. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. I came in just now and you were having your ice breaking. It was really exciting. And I just wonder how many things you put on the table. You seem to have everything, yeah? It's amazing. I was like looking through and said, I don't have a blue, something blue and things like that. You guys have got everything on the table, yeah? Amazing. Anyway, okay, in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to share with you some of my thoughts on how do we go about improve your communication where in the context of ASEAN, yeah. So we want to speak universally, but at the same time, we need to be connecting locally. Okay, next, please. So my talk for today, if you can move on to the next slide, please. Right, I'm going to talk about 4 topics. Number 1 is trying to address what is actually the cultural mosaic of ASEAN. What is it? Okay, which I think everybody knows, but with that mosaic, very colorful mosaic that we have, so it is really important for us to understand the differences as well as the similarities with among us, yeah? The second one that I would like to share is with that background, so how do we go about navigating the differences and trying to come up with a more good communication skills that helps us to navigate, and what are the global competence that is needed out there, yeah? Then the third one, I'm just going to go straight and share some of my thoughts on some of the communication hacks, i.e. 2 big areas, which is how do we go about, you know, be able to speak universally and at the same time be in touch, your feet on the ground, connecting with the local content, local audience that you're talking to. Last but not least, some of the actionable takeaway items that I think you might want to reflect later on at the end of this course. Okay, next, please. So let's start with the introduction. What is the cultural mosaic of ASEAN? ASEAN's, I'm sharing some of the key notes here, yeah? In ASEAN itself, we have about amazing 1,200 languages. Amazing, yeah? I think in Indonesia, Philippines, there are many, many languages, the dialects. So you might want to think how many dialects, how many languages are there in your country? But as a whole, ASEAN 1,200. Of course, ASEAN also is the home to many world religions, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, and a few others, yeah? And on top of that, yeah, the cultural, the traditional arts, each of the country is well known of, very diverse, yet there are many similarities, yeah? Of course, in Malaysia, I would say, as from Malaysian point of view, if I were to list the ones that is very close to our heart, is very much food. So for Malaysian, yeah, if you see a Malaysian, the first thing as an icebreaker, have you eaten, as rather to how are you? I don't know why. And then Malaysians just simply love to talk about food. So because of that, I suppose the diverse flavor from the Indian, from the Chinese, it's really a melting pot. And of course, the festival of from different religion, and that makes us very unique, a very colorful mosaic of different colors, different languages, and so forth. I just want to share one fact about ASEAN. ASEAN has got the largest ever cohort youth of age 15 to 34. You guys is in that cohort in over 213 million. And it will be a peak 220 million by 2038. Amazing. So in a nutshell, ASEAN, the community, the people are very young, the youth. It's very big number and a strong force that can actually shape where ASEAN is going to. So you are the future of ASEAN. Next, please. So next slide, please. Right, let's have a quick quiz. And I don't know whether so I want you to kind of think and reflect on your self-awareness, your cultural perspective, of course, at the same time, be aware of the bias and what are the norms, yeah? Okay, the first quiz is, next slide, please. So I want you to put your feedback in the chat, okay? Now, I want you to reflect. I have listed here 1, hobby, 2, gender, 3, nationality, 4, race or ethnicity, 5, family background, 6, your abilities, your talent, your disability, 7, religion, 8, your educational background, 9, your hometown, 10, your sexual orientation, 11, your socioeconomic status, 12, your work experience. Okay, from 1 to 12, I want you to put in a number in the chat. The question number 1, which of 1 from 12 is most important to you? So I'm going to, okay, just put your response in the chat. Just put in the number 1, 2, or 3 so that we can have a count. What are the most common one? So question 1, I repeat, just put your responses. 6, okay. Any more? Right. By the way, there's no wrong or right answer, yeah? So you're free to put in which of these is very important to you. Right. Okay. Great, the numbers are coming in. Okay. Okay, lovely. 6, 7, 8. Well, I've got 112 there. Lovely. Okay. Next one. Second question. Which of these that you are proud of? Well, you don't have to answer why. Again, put a number. Which is it that you're very proud of? Is it your gender, your nationality, family background? What is it? Okay, keep the numbers coming in. This is the question 2. Okay, I've got number 8, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6, which is your talent. You're proud of your talent. You're proud of your family background. Okay, lovely. Okay, last but, okay, number 12. Okay, your work experience. 3, 4, and 9, which is nationality, your race, as well as your hometown. Oh, interesting. Okay, proud of your hometown. Now, the third question, which are the ones that you are least comfortable when you want to talk with people that you are kind of not comfortable talking about it? From 1 to 12. Which of them 1 to 12 that you feel that, ooh, I don't want to talk about this? 11, socioeconomic status. 11, okay, 11, 12, work experience. 7, religion, 12. Okay, all right. Right, thank you very much for all the feedback. So from this list, what lesson that we have learned is that each of us have got our own identity. From the response, there's no wrong or right answer. It's who we are, yeah, our uniqueness of how we are being brought up, the experience that we have as we growing up. So each of us are unique person in itself. Okay, now next slide, please. So in a nutshell, if I can summarize, although if you can please put, okay, although we kind of look same. I mean, Malaysia and Indonesia is kind of very difficult to distinguish which is which, but we can only see what is visible to us that makes us different or that makes us the same, but underneath, which are the ones less visible or not visible, are some of the things like your social skills, your wealth, your attitude. So in other words, when we talk about having to communicate with others, it is extremely crucial that we acknowledge the presence of things that you can see, which is visible, as well as the invisible elements that we need to take into account if we want to have success in our social as well as our professional interactions. Okay, so this is analogy as even an iceberg. Okay, next, please. So with that, knowing that what you see, you don't really judge people. So how do we go about with all the differences that we have, not just the cultural differences, but the differences and the similarities with us? So next, please. Next slide, please. Okay, another test. Okay, you have not done it in a, okay. You can put a chat. Question 1, there's 3 questions here. So my question is, when you are speaking in a meeting and the Japanese delegate closes his or her eyes, what does it mean? So put your answer in the chat again. A, she's tired and probably suffering from jet lag. B, he or she is concentrating and listening hard. C, he or she is disengaged. Oops, back please. C, she is disengaged, where she stopped taking part in the meeting, or he or she is simply sleepy and fall asleep. So give me your answer in the chat. Is it A, B, C, D? Yay, everybody got it right. So yes. So this is very much a cultural thing. Everybody got it right. The right answer is B. Well done. Okay, let's look at the second question. Next, please. Next slide. Okay, in which country does nodding your head means a no? Is it Bulgaria, A, B, Thailand, C, Russia, D, India? I've got A, I've got D. Not one. I suppose one is A. Okay, A. Okay. C, A, D. Okay. The answer is, drum roll, the answer is A. Yeah, well done. Well done. Okay, let's take a last one in the quiz. Okay, you arrived in a meeting in South Korea and you are meeting the company's president. Okay, so what should you do? A, look at him in the eye and extend a handshake. You should bow and wait for him to initiate the handshake. C, you simply nod your head slightly. D, give him a hug. Which one? I can see B coming in. Okay, lovely. So everybody got it right. Well done. Well done. So I can see that this group, you kind of know the different cultural differences, the body language that may be misinterpreted by different culture. Next, please. All right. Next slide, please. Okay. So what can we summarize from the second quiz? Number 1 is that the different communications style actually has got something to do with the culture they are brought in, where in some countries very high context, and in some countries it's low context. Some, instead of saying a straight no, they would be saying it in a slightly different way without saying no, but they beat around the bush, or they have metaphorical way of doing it. So it's direct versus indirect. And then the communication style, especially in the ASEAN region, the formality as opposed to the European, very, very, there's no formal, it's very informal kind of way. The second point that from the exercise that we've gone through is very much the nonverbal communication, which is the body language, the personal space. When you talk to somebody, for some of us, we feel uncomfortable having a person sitting really next to you, very close to you, or even, talking straight to your face, and as well as eye contact. And in cultures such as Asian, the respectful interaction, the boundary, the distance between us do need to be taken into account when you have to be talking with people from the different countries as well as different background. So the third point is the power distance communication, where in some countries the hierarchy, in Malaysia for example, if I need to be addressing somebody with all the name, with all the salutations such as Yang, Berbahagia, Datuk, Dada, and so forth, as opposed to some country where there is no power distance culture at all, as well as the hierarchical communication, where instead of going straight and be addressing to the president, you might want to be talking to somebody who is in charge, of the president before meeting them. And the last one is collectivism versus individualism. So again, this is very much a cultural thing, where in some culture, rather than the putting in, hey, this is my point of view, with regard to religion, I don't care what other things, but in some, they would rather be more reserved and wanting to put in their idea and thoughts to ensure that there is a group harmony. Yeah? So it's really very much a cultural part of it. So when we start to be communicating about others, these are some of the things that you have to put at the back of your mind and say, okay, before I open my mouth, who am I talking to? Where is she coming from? Is he or she comfortable? And things like that. Okay, next one, please. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, I don't want to overrun my time. Okay, so how do we move from here? So there's some of the communication hacks. Next slide, please. The one that I've mentioned earlier on. What does it mean speak universally, and what does it mean connect locally? In order to speak universally, we need to practice and practice, where for most of us, English is not our mother tongue language. So you might want to think for a while, organize your words before you start communicating. Of course, we need to be talking a common language, in this case, English, for effective communications across the different cultures and borders. But at the same time, when we speak universally, we need to be mindful of the non-verbal cues, where perhaps some of your cues might be offensive, and again, the distance, as well as the facial expression. Yeah. Now, what do we mean by connect locally? It's all about when you want to meet people from a different culture, from a different country, try to do a little bit of your homework to understand the cultural norms, the custom, as well as non-verbal cues, as well as you need to be adapting to the communications style that fits in the audience. But I would say the most important part is actually value active listening and empathy. For some, the way they pronounce is not so clear, so you must be, rather than sorry, excuse me, you need to be like, be more attentive so that you can understand what he or she is trying to say. Next, please. I'm coming to the end of it. So, okay. So in short, in the context of ASEAN, yeah, what we have is in the symphony of culture led us let our words be the bridge that connects the hearts across borders. Okay, next, please. So the key takeaway are, next one. Next slide, please. So what can we do? What's next? The key takeaway is, number one, looking at the diversity of ASEAN itself. Let's celebrate the diversity, the different cultures, where each of us bring in unique perspective and strength. Number two, we need to be adaptive, be open-minded. Perhaps some custom might be offensive to you, but we must be willing to learn because it might have a different cultural context. The third one is collaborate. So you guys have done a wonderful job talking to each other. You have got the partnerships in this program. I hope at the end of the day, you have a better understanding of what are the things students from Indonesia, students from Philippines, are very familiar, what are the cultures. So that's the key takeaways. Next one, the actionable item is, please do not stop in this program. You must keep on get the knowledge, the exposure by attending more cultural events, workshops, or even classes, as well as in the next 2 weeks, be more engaging so that you can be talking to each other to see if you want to put your idea across, whether in the intercultural communication is your intercultural communication is effective enough. And perhaps you might want to take one step further, come up with your own cultural toolkit. Say, for example, you're meeting students from Philippines, it's worth to try to speak a few Tagalog languages. That would actually a fantastic barrier, yeah? So, as well as etiquette. Next, please. So that's pretty much I would like to share where you might want to reflect and see these are the things that you might want to consider as you move forward beyond this workshop. So on that note, 11:25 here, I have over 5 minutes more. So I hand over to Mr. Yongki. Angka Wijaya, over to you. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Oke, selamat tengah hari, Dr. Professor Dr. Zulina. So that's very insightful from Professor Dr. Yong Zulina. Is there any question for this second mini lecture? Is there any question for the second mini lecture, guys? I think Dr. Yong Zulina. Oh, let me see. There is in the chat. There is Nanda from Indonesia. Each region has its own culture. So how to talk to people who are from different region, is for the first time, maybe eye contact, gesture, maybe Professor Dr. Yong Zulina have insight for Nanda.
Yeah, I totally agree with what Nanda has mentioned. Even within a country itself, like Indonesia or even Malaysia, the dialect in the East Coast and West Coast are very different. So not just the dialect, but again the way they speak, again the body language are very important. So that's where, like I said, you need to be more attentive as opposed to straight away impose on your kind of your work culture as well, your culture onto others. So in a nutshell, it's learning from others and bringing in what are the good practices and try to be more aware of the cultural mosaic, the different kind of languages, the different kind of way people speak. With that sensitivity awareness, I would say you will have a higher intercultural competence.
Okay, so basically, like information that Professor Dr. Yong Zulina just conveyed to us, we have to be more attentive, we have to be more empathize. Oh, another one from Devon. Just, when you are in a new country with a different culture than your own, and they have a really different way of living, how much of your own habit and culture is excusable to use in their country, or is it a must for us to fully adapt to their country, to their culture and habits?
Right, that is also a very good question. Well, when you move into the new country, I mean, say for example, you're studying to a new country, you bring in your own culture, and for one thing, it is not necessary for you to, embrace the new culture. There is a term, acculturation, where there has to be a balance between you assimilate in the new culture that you're going to. But what is important is that your identity in some of your cultural belief in which is not, you cannot really change. So in a nutshell, it's all about you navigating your way in as you move in a new community, or you move in a new country where the culture is very different than yours. So how you navigate that to make sure that your identity is there, at the same time you are able to assimilate in the community and not impose your belief to others. So that is where you deciding which are the yes, which are the no. That is where your cultural competence come into place. Definitely there's no compromise on some of the things, but then again, that's where the more you understand about the other culture, making the differences, having to have that awareness, having to have that sensitivity, that empathy, that makes you at the end of the day very high competence on the intercultural, the differences of interculture, and that would help you when it comes to communicating with people from the different culture and country.
Okay, and another question from Sahina from Indonesia. Hi, Professor Dr. Yong Zulina. First, what if we accidentally being mean by not understand a gesture of a country? What should we do after we apologize? Oh, I think there will be an awkward moment for a while, okay? And second, is it possible to combine our own culture with new culture without losing our own identity? What do you say about this?
Yes, thank you. To answer this, we have to look at the iceberg that I have mentioned. Some of it you cannot change, the way some of your identity, which is unseen, your beliefs is unseen. But in order for you to be adapting in a new culture, it is extremely important for you to assimilate. Assimilate here, what that means is being able to adopt the culture of the country that you are staying. For example, a very simple case, again, I'm going to bring in food. For Malaysian, for lunch, it has to be rice. It has to be rice, So say, for example, you're having over lunch, you want to bring rice, but then after a while, you realize that, hey, why is everybody having banana or a sandwich, cold sandwich for lunch when you are having lunch, rice? There's nothing wrong with it. But after a while, that's where you start to assimilate. And you say, no, maybe not. Maybe I should try like them, having a banana just for lunch, or even cold sandwiches just for lunch. So, that kind of example. So it's really about you being able to adapt in a foreign country, in a foreign culture, and where at the same time you feel safe. And that's where it's all about having to assimilate. Yeah. Okay. I hope I have answered the questions. I believe the next speaker is okay. There's one more. I'm Venus from Pan Pacific University. As a student, how can we help to create and sustain an organizational environment that acknowledge, celebrate diversity, and integrate in? That is extremely difficult to achieve. That is where I have mentioned in my last slide. Yeah, for you as a student, the more you are involved in programs that be it in the form of exchange program, be it in the form of working with other partners, that's where your awareness on the different culture, and for you to be able to negotiate some of the things that you feel that, yeah, he or she is from that different culture, the way they do it is slightly different, and I'm fine with it. So it's all about, like I said, navigating in an environment where people are not the same like you. Yeah. So the takeaway, as I mentioned, it's very difficult to create, but the more exposure you have, the more experience you have, the better you are, the better competence you in managing, communicating with people from a different culture, from the different region.
Okay, so thank you, Professor Dr. Yong Zulina. So I think the time is very limited here, so apologize for the one who still got any question, but don't get the opportunity. I will give back the control to the MC. Thank you, Professor Dr. Yong Zulina. Selamat tengah hari.
Selamat tengah hari. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so once again, thank you so much for our second speaker, Professor Dr. Yong Zulina Zubairi, and our second moderator for today, Mr. Yongki Angkawijaya, for a really great session and for participating and delivering our second mini lecture session today. And also thank you for those of you who asked an interesting question. But before we end the session and move to the next agenda, we will have a photo session. So I would like to encourage all participants to turn on your camera and give your best smiles and pose for a photo session. And maybe Devon will take the picture.
All right, get ready, everyone. We're going to take a picture with 3 different slides again. So for slide 1, in 3, 2, 1, and then moving on to slide number 2, again in 3, 2, 1, and then the last slide in 3, 2, 1. Right, that is all. Thank you very much.
Okay, so once again, thank you so much, guys, for the photo session, also for the great excitement and participation in this second mini lecture session. May the knowledge that you've received in this session will be useful to you in the future.
And then we are moving on to the next agenda. I think some of you guys are waiting for this. But of course, we also need to remind you about the delegates attendance form that has just been shared to the chat box. So please do remember to fill that out. And then, of course, we're going to do a group discussion, which we allotted 30 minutes for these group discussions. And in this session, we hope that the delegates will collaborate and discuss with one another. Again, also don't forget to do your daily assignments, the mini lecture summaries, and to post a report on your Instagram account. Reminder, these are mandatory and required for you to receive the completion certificate of GCFoW 2024. We will invite each participant to enter the breakout room according to the group division that has been given by the committees. So, let's start the session and join your breakout rooms. See you later, guys.
See you later, guys. Have fun in the breakout room. Okay, so welcome back, guys, to the session. How was the group discussion? Is it going well? I hope you guys learned something from that and have fun. But before we close today's event, we will have our last photo session for the day. So we would like to invite all of the participants to open your cameras and also pose in front of your devices, like usual. And Devon will take the picture for us.
All right. As usual, we have two now. We have two slides. Okay, I will take a picture on the count of 3. So for the first slide, we have 1, 2, 3, and then the second page, and 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Okay, so thank you so much, Devon, and thank you so much for all the participants for participating in our photo session. I would like to also remind you guys to fill the attendance link that has been distributed by the committee through the chat box, and also the feedback form that you've seen in the screen. So make sure to fill all of the form before we end our session for today. And finally, we have reached the end of today's event. It's so sad, I know, but it's okay. There will be tomorrow's. And I would say many thanks to the speakers, moderators, and participants who have participated in this event from the beginning to the end. Hopefully, much of the knowledge gained can be applied in your everyday life.
Yes, thank you very much for the speakers, moderators, participants for coming. And then also a big reminder for tomorrow's agenda. It will still be held through an online meeting, which will include another mini lecture sessions from Venus University Indonesia and Taksin University Thailand. We're looking forward to another great session tomorrow, guys.
I'm Nova.
And I'm Devon.
We would like to say thank you.
And have a great day.
See you tomorrow, everybody.
See you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for attending.
Bye.